So left hand one was kind of the before kind of movements there. If I just sort of, you move the golf club, even before the club's gone back, shoulder height, you moved off that green line quite a lot before you've even completed the backswing, yeah? There's a lot of lateral movement there now. You then continue to move back even more so in the backswing. Oh, so when you get to the top of your backswing here now, you come off that green line. There's daylight between the back of your head and that green line. Now, as a result of you not wanting to sway, because I don't think you were aware of how much your head was going to be moving. So what happens is you get to here, in your head you're on top of the golf ball, visually. So you're going to stay still and come down in that same, so as you start coming back down to the golf ball now, you're not going to see enough movement. As you start bringing your arms, your head staying fairly still there, and your club's going to bottom out now too far behind that line, yeah? Because you're trying not to sway, but by trying not to sway, you've already swayed in the backswing, stay still in the downswing. What you would, and again, I wouldn't encourage this to be the move, if you've moved back here, you've got to move an awful long way this way. Sometimes that could work, but not be consistent. If we're moving this sort of pivot point a lot side to side,
cricket.
Well, you got no, exactly. When you time it well, it'd be lovely, but when you miss time, it'll be all over the place. Okay. So the right hand one now, as you start going back, okay, you can see as that club's gone hip height, I guess. You're on that green line as you were. As we go back more towards shoulder and above head height, still on that green line, which is very, very good. And to the top of the backswing, still on that green line, okay? So you're feeling as though that your right hip is basically exiting behind you, yeah? You're turning that right hip out of the way, which will then give you a lot more kind of space here for your arms to come down. If you do this, well, you've got nowhere to go. You have to then start swinging across it, and that then relates that kind of over the top and cutting across the ball slightly, yeah? And you get those sort of cleaner ones out to the right that lose a bit of yardage, okay? So when you're coming back down now on this right-hand one, back in the ball, even though you stay there, your club now, at least the left side of your face, as we're looking there, is on the green line. So you're kind of within that ballpark of where we'd want to be. This was obviously a good shot when you played this one, and the ball sailed away into the distance there nicely, okay? Because you're getting more on top of the ball. Your circle is kind of bottoming out a bit more kind of here, as opposed to back with that other arrow there on the right hand and the left hand side as you're looking, yeah? If you're leaning back here not to sway, you're going to bottom out. And then as a result of your club hitting the ground on occasions, in this area, you adjust to that by just missing the ground. It works, but you just catch it a bit thin and just top it a little bit, and it goes a bit low. Okay? Does that kind of make sense in you?
It does.
So we can get that sensation, that right hip clears out the way, we turn and rotate the right a bit easier, okay? And get more rotation that way. It's not a sway or a slide with the hip. You're right, that's better, there you go. Good. Feel that better? There you go, good.
No, it's not so much over then.
Yep. So you're just rotating that right hip. Again, if you use the sunshine behind you sometime, get the shadow, you can see where your head's moving. And again, if that right foot starts rolling, that's better. So what you will feel maybe tomorrow, the next couple of days, is a bit more sort of use of that right hip and maybe through the glutes and stuff. And again, an exercise even, or a movement that's not kind of come as easily maybe when you first were swinging the club, sort of back in now, doing a bit of this movement, okay? Not really using the hips, a bit more kind of that way as we twist, okay? But that for me is going to be stuff to work on kind of going forward now. That will help the club work down better. Now your club is squarer here and squarer there. This motion's a lot better. We can now put this implement to play. Don't necessarily worry about the club here or back up here. You turn this hip, I find it very unlikely your arm's going to sort of send the club out here somewhere. Just won't happen. Your arm's going to want to do this, and the club's going to work down towards the wall. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
God, it all makes sense.
Good stuff. Excellent.